Ooh, I am back after a week hiatus of doing any type of filming. Yeah, I've had a pretty rough week. I've been in Da Nang and I've been doing a lot of stuff, doing a lot of partying, doing a lot of getting a cold sore, and currently washing my clothes, so I'm in the same clothes as I was yesterday, ladies. So I'm up at 7. I've been getting up pretty late. So today's the day that I get up early and go do some stuff. It is 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm ready to go get some breakfast and go for a bit of a walk. So let's go. Okay. Heading down. Ciao. Okay, Da Nang. About 7:15 in the morning. It is pumping out here. This is where it's a Vietnamese time to shine. They are out and about. As I said in previous videos, they really like to get out here before the sun gets too crazy. As do I when I'm feeling up to it. And today is the day. Today is the day. I think it's gonna go for a bit of a walk. Hello. Just gonna go for a bit of a walk down the beach. I think it's probably about that time to go down and get like a smoothie or something, I reckon. Let me go have a look at where we are on the beach. We go that way or that way. That way. Yeah, cool, we're going this way. Oh, okay. Yeah, so unpacking the last few days. It's been whoa. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's been pretty wild. I got here, got checked into a really nice hotel. You know, behaved myself, but I hadn't really met that many people the last few days, so decided I hadn't really met anyone in the first couple of weeks. As I said, I'd met up with quite a few people that I hadn't seen in a couple of years in Thailand, but I hadn't really met anyone new on this trip. So decided to go out and meet some people by booking myself into a hostel. Whether that was a good idea or not is up for debate. But no, I think now that I'm feeling okay, you know, debate's over. It was a good idea. I don't care what anyone says. It's a good idea. So, decided to check myself into a hostel. I actually went with, it's more interesting to show you what's around me than myself, I reckon. Decided to check myself into a hostel. Went with the Rom Casa, which is a really popular hostel here in Da Nang. Went with a private room because I don't really feel like sharing space or my sleeping environment with, you know, a bunch of 20-year-olds. Nah, there were some older people there. And that was actually expensive. It was around about 70 Australian dollars a night, which is about a bit over $1 million, or about $1 million actually. It's like 60 or 70 Australian dollars a night, about $1 million Vietnamese dong. And booked myself in there for 3 nights. First night, decided I'll actually probably stay in because I'm actually feeling a little bit tired, so I ended up staying in for the night. Second night, I met a guy named Giannis from South Africa. I'm down at the bar, decided to go for, whoa, these guys, Jesus. Nearly got another Nearly got another crash on video. Jesus. That would have been a three-way. Not the good type. So, met Giannis, South African guy. Went out for a pretty big night with him. We ended up being quite hungover the next day. Went out to quite a few bars within Da Nang, which was actually quite fun. And then the last night I was there, I didn't really think that I was going to be going out at all, actually. Thought we were going to just be chilling, but I actually filmed another video of wanting to go down to the fireworks because there was like a big fireworks display in Da Nang, and I actually missed it by about 15 minutes, so I had to kind of scrap the whole video. So I came back home thinking, okay, well, I'll just have a drink and then go to bed. So had a drink, saw Giannis down at the bar. We decided to have a couple of drinks, a couple of beers actually, so we weren't actually feeling overly enthusiastic about going out, but as soon as that Red Bull hit our lips, it was on. And we went out for too long. We went out for a very long time. It was one of the biggest nights of my life, and today's Thursday, and I'm just feeling okay now. So, went out with a few people that I met that night. Disa from Indonesia and Max from New York. We went out for dinner 2 nights ago, and I kind of had a bit of discussion about that night, which was, got way out of hand. We got a little out of hand. They know how to party here in Da Nang. Let's just say that. The people that come here are, pretty wild. So it was not a night that I regret now. I have been regretting my decision the last couple of days, but today is the day that I'm feeling okay. So that's really the update from here. I've got a few friends coming from Australia. Oh, these roads are easier than Ho Chi Minh City, that's for sure. Out this side to cross. Yeah, so I'm about a 1 kilometre walk from the beach where I'm staying. That place back there is about 35 or 30 Australian dollars a night, which is pretty damn good. The hotel that I'm staying at, I really like it there, but it's a bit, as you can see, like there's not a huge amount going on like outside, like right outside the hotel. I kind of usually like to be, as soon as I step foot outside my hotel, I like there to be stuff going on, like little, cafes that I can go to and places I could go to get a smoothie or whatnot. This place, which was the A9 Hotel in Da Nang, really well priced. The rooms are really nice. The staff are really not well. The staff everywhere in Vietnam are really nice, but for 30 Australian dollars a night, I think it's 30 to 35. It's one of those two. It's actually really good value. You just have to walk a little bit to get to the beach. As I said, it's about 1 kilometre to get there. So, as you can see, like, you might be able to see, like, up this way. I was actually telling my dad yesterday, this place it's becoming really, really popular with, tourists and vloggers. Before I came here, there was like a million different vloggers that came here and did vlogs about Da Nang. But you can see up here, and another one just behind those trees. They're like new. There's no one in those. They're just like concrete at the moment. They haven't even put like the outside windows on them, or basically anything else but the skeleton of the building. And they're going up all over the place. There's obviously a lot more money coming into Da Nang, a lot more infrastructure and hotels, and making way for the more and more tourists that are coming into the town. So yeah, we've basically got those buildings there are basically right on the beach. So we're actually not too far from the beach now. But you find in most places, well, in the two places that I've been, Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang anyway, there's a crap load of traffic at this time of morning. But you can see like a lot of the stores, they're actually not open. Like a lot of the restaurants, a lot of the stores, they're not open at all until, you know, well past normal opening time at like 9 o'clock. They're not open. They don't really get going until like, you know, 12, I've found. And it's probably because the tourists don't really come out for a shop until, you know, later in the afternoon. And also, you know, the weather. This place tends to really get going when people have come back from the beach, I would say. And that's, you know, after 4 or 5 o'clock. That's when Da Nang really starts to, you know, get a little crazy. Oh, here we go. Getting across this road. Oh, we've got a little bit of a break. As I said, the roads in Da Nang are so much easier to get across than they are in Ho Chi Minh City. No matter what time it is, it's just a lot easier. There's a lot more. Ho Chi Minh City, there's absolutely no brakes at all in the traffic, and here it's, you know, there's little pockets of space, you know, between the cars all the time. Here we go. Didn't even have to try to stop any of the traffic to get through. It was easy as luck. So yeah, there was a like a festival concert here in Da Nang. When was that? Last weekend. So they're just kind of packing everything up. It's like a festival graveyard here at the moment. Put all their fallen soldiers, which I didn't actually make it to. Like I was out in like the main bar area, just bar hopping for hours and hours and hours, and you know, completely missed this festival, which I've seen videos of it from friends that were here, and it looked really cool. Oh, yeah, there is like a lot of packing up. They've really taken their time packing up all this stuff. This was done on, I believe this may have been done on Sunday, finished on Sunday. It's already Thursday. There's still heaps of stuff to get rid of. I saw that there was a lot of people here yesterday, you know, getting rid of a lot of the scaffolding and stuff, but there wasn't that many people working on it. So I'm assuming it's, whoa. Coconut just fell from the tree. Yeah, I'm assuming it's just because they had, you know, not a lot of people working on it, that they taken their time. So we head down the beach. It's another beautiful morning. One thing that's very different at the moment from Ho Chi Minh City is that there's just not any chance of rain here. Not any chance of rain here whatsoever. It's perfect 32 degrees Celsius, or what's that in Fahrenheit? Maybe like 80 something Fahrenheit, like every single day. And yeah, perfect blue skies. Ho Chi Minh City is a little bit less. Well, it's about the same temperature actually, but it's super cloudy all the time and a little bit rainy at this time of year. So if you're wanting sun and 32 degree weather every day in what's it now, middle of the year, June, July, Da Nang's the place to go, especially if you're, cheap beach destinations, and if you like to go out and if you like to party, you should come here. I'm trying to avoid it after the weekend that I've had. Met some really cool people and stuff, but damn, it's pretty wild out here. So if I'm ever gonna make it out here alive, I've got to steer clear of the bars here. I'm actually just about to head out to back to Ho Chi Minh City to meet some friends, and then work my way back up from Ho Chi Minh City up north through like Dalat, Da Nang, and then up to Hanoi over the next 2.5 weeks or so. And this beach right now, it's actually, well, because it's quite early in the morning, it's actually not overly, there's quite I don't know if you can see the people over here, but there's quite a few people. There's hundreds of people at the beach at this time in the morning, but during the day, my God, it's mayhem. I reckon there's thousands of people here throughout the day, but it's big enough to accommodate that amount of people without any problems whatsoever. Okay, so you got higher flotation devices back there, which is between 30,000 and 20,000 Vietnamese dong, which is what, like $1 and a bit. So that's an absolute. Just add that to the bargains add that to the pile of bargains that are waiting for you here in Da Nang. I don't think I've ever come across anything here where I'm like, oh, geez, that's expensive. Maybe like some cocktails in some of the bars here, but like hotel rooms, like the washing that I'm doing at the moment, I'm wearing the exact same clothes as I did yesterday, was like a couple of dollars a kilo, and I reckon I'd done like 1 or 2 kilos, so it's like literally like $3-4 to do your washing. Look at that, you've got, that sun's kind of in the way, but you've kind of got the backdrop of the mountains there. It's actually a really beautiful backdrop to a beach, and the water here is. I mean, I've been to some places around the world where, obviously, it's a colder ocean that's coming into the shoreline, and it can be like 40 degrees Celsius, and it's the water's still Arctic temperatures. Here, it is perfect temperature all day, and the water is like a damn spa bath. So if you wanted to come to a place, well, for me, I don't really like swimming in really cold water because I'm a little pussy. And yeah, it's beautiful here. You dip your feet in the water and it's like a damn bubble bath. You can rent these little, what are they, like giant half coconuts? You can rent these for, I don't know how much you can rent these for. Probably not a lot. It looks like they're rentable, but there's no one actually here to ask about them. It looks as though it might be, I don't know, maybe some type of game they're playing here. I don't know. There wasn't anyone. There was no signs up or anything, or anyone around them to kind of ask you if you can rent them. But knowing Vietnam, I'm assuming it's probably going to be, $1.80 to rent them for the entire week. So as you can see, like all the hotels and restaurants and bars are closed at the moment, but that's really just because the only people down here at the moment, as far as I can tell, are Vietnamese. So, it might even be a little bit too early for breakfast for a lot of people, So the Vietnamese will probably go to these places, you know, they're most likely on holiday as well. It's just, you know, not eating time right now. There we go, some more construction going on over here. It looks like probably like another restaurant. It looks as though that looks like it's like really open, wide open spaces at the bottom there. So I'm assuming that people are gonna, you know, enjoy a meal or have a cocktail or a smoothie or whatever. This place is actually really nice as well. This is Esco Beach Bar. I had a bit of a look around that one yesterday. You got like the back that opens out onto the beach here, and you've got like your seats and tables and stuff, which is with a really nice view. And yeah, as I said, these places they're not crazily, like a lot of the time, that's horrible lighting. A lot of the time with these places, you'd expect to be paying, you know, lots of money for, you know, the view that you're getting whilst you're right on the beach. And you'll find that it's not really that much more expensive than, you know, other restaurants and bars that are, you know, a lot further out. So you may as well come down the beach is what I'm saying. Oh yeah. With water. With these places along the beach, I've found that, you know, they're really good for like cocktails and smoothies and all that type of thing, but a lot of the places are seafood restaurants or seafood restaurant themed anyway. So if you're into your seafood, then this place is an absolute goldmine. But for me, I'm not really a big fan of seafood at all. So it wasn't really a place that I like to come to eat. But having said that, I did go to a place along here somewhere, and I had a pizza the other day, and it was absolutely perfect. And the pizza was around about like 200. It was like 220,000, which is around, was that like $13, about $13 for the pizza. I think that was with a drink as well. So that's not, that's not too bad. I always get confused here because obviously in Vietnam they drive on the right-hand side and not the left like in Australia. So I'm always walking, whenever I see someone, I'm always swerving to the left and they're swerving to my left. So I'm always almost crashing into everyone. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the beach here. There is like places you can obviously go further down the beach, but for now, at this time of morning, it's around about what you're gonna get. So if you want like a nice, refreshing, perfectly temperaturized, is that a word? Water at a perfect temperature at any time of the day. I want to come down here and, you know, perfect. It's got to be at least 25 degrees at the moment, maybe even 30. And if you want to maybe get like a smoothie on the way, come down here, relax. This is the place. This is beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so the next place, well, the next vlog that I'm most likely going to do is going to be at the Golden Bridge. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's like quite a famous bridge that was built here a few years ago outside of Da Nang. It's around about an hour outside of Da Nang, so I'll be heading there most likely early tomorrow morning. And yeah, I'll show you I suppose I'll show you what that's all about, like the costing of it and everything like that. So I guess I'll see you in the next one.